We talking rom-com, we talking action, we talking drama and movie classics. Whatever you want, yo, we have it. Cause we talking movies on the podcast. So I married a film critic. So I married a film critic. So I married a film critic. Hey honey, I just want to talk about the movie like casually. You don't have to bring up the cinematography. Honestly, let's just talk about like how the characters were fun. Married a film critic. So I married a film critic.
Welcome to So I Married a Film Critic, a discussion between a professional film critic and lecturer and me.
And me. Aw, don't sell yourself short.
You know what? I've said it so many times. I'm just going to let it go. Everyone knows what.
What about the first timers? They're not going to know what's going on. What are they talking about?
Welcome to So I Married a Film Critic. I'm your co-host, Julia.
Hey, this is Barry. Where's the film critic? What's up, everybody? There you go.
There you go. And last night, Barry and I watched a scary movie.
Oh, don't say it that way. This is the wimpiest movie to be watching for Halloween. I'm so disappointed in us.
Are you embarrassed?
Yes.
At my choice?
Yes. What lies beneath next on Lifetime. I love this movie. I do. And I'm glad we talked about it. We have a lot to say about it. But this is the wimpiest choice we can make for Halloween.
I know. I think I jumped twice in the whole thing.
Yes, you did.
I did. There were a couple jump scares.
I'm like, really? This creaky 25-year-old wimpy horror movie? Really? You're jumping right now?
I know. Well, okay, it's been a really long time since I've seen it, and I think for you too. So I thought, let's revisit and see if it's good.
I saw it, I think, twice in the theater. I know it really well. So, because before we really get into it, there's a big red herring in the first act of the movie. You don't remember any of that?
Yeah, I didn't remember that.
Okay. Mm-mm. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole first part, the
Okay.
whole first act, I did not remember that. And
You remember all the ghost stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I remember all the ghost stuff, of course. That's the most memorable part.
And I got to say, the least effective part of the movie, I think the first and second acts are the strongest part of the movie.
Oh, and you don't like the third
When
act.
the CGI ghost nonsense takes over, I think that's when the movie kind of derails. But the first, I mean, and I seriously, I do love this movie, but I think the movie's at its strongest when it's in the literal, and it's especially when it's about this marriage. It's basically a movie about two people, and you get two superstars who I think are really terrific in this.
Yes, and some secrets.
Yeah, and by the way, listeners, obvious spoiler city ahead.
Oh no, when did this come out?
Yeah, but that's another thing too, because I want to talk about this when it's over, but this movie basically created the spoiler-heavy trailer. This is the first movie that
I
had
hate this trailer.
It was a very famous trailer. It was an infamous case because the trailer spoiled most of the movie. Most of the first and second act were spoiled in the trailer, except for like the last twist. It's all right there in the trailer. And because this movie was such a monster hit, everybody looked and said, well, look at that. Look at that.
Look at that. It's fine. People like movies that to be spoiled for them.
That's the thing. The idea that the studios are going with is people want to know what they're getting into. People want to know what they're paying for. I hate that.
I hate that.
We have this movie to thank for that.
Wow.
Thanks a lot, Robert Zemeckis.
Yeah, that was a stupid conclusion to come to.
Yeah. If this movie had tanked, they would have said, oh, like that was a mistake. That it's all there in the trailer. They decided not to go. Instead, it's like, oh, this is great. The film is telling you exactly what the experience is.
I don't know why anyone would think that.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing. I like going in not knowing. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we don't watch the trailers.
I like it when the trailers are vague. Just give me a tone. Give me the tone. Give me a sense of what it is. That's all I want.
I know. Is it going to be funny? Is it going to be scary? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, because there are some trailers that try to, make a drama look like a comedy and vice versa. That's always awful. But I mean,
right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just show Michelle Pfeiffer in a bathtub. We'll go. That's all we need. She's taking a bath. She's into hygiene. I'm there. 1, please. Hi. 2 for What Lies Beneath. The bathtub movie.
I know. And shirtless Harrison Ford.
Yeah. Lots of it.
Yeah, he's in great shape.
See, like
there's nothing else we need to know.
Put that on the poster. We're good. We're there. You got us.
Oh, it's so funny. Okay. Well, our movie
begins with Michelle Pfeiffer in a bathtub.
Yes. Playing Claire Spencer. So, yes, she is in the bathtub.
Even 25 years ago, because this film is now 25 years ago, do people still take baths?
Yes.
Do they?
Yeah. I was just, there was some headline or some article that I didn't read, and it was like, why are there no bathtubs anymore? I think in newer apartments, it's very common to just have a small shower because it's space saving. But the luxury of a bathtub, no. There are going to be generations of people who do not have that.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, I love your sister. She's got this cast iron tub in this house that she lives in. And it's like next to a window too. I'm like, okay, it's on the second floor. Whoever has a telescope across the way is gonna get gonna get their own movie. Every time I visit your sister, I'm like, God, like, who uses this thing? But she has kids. She's got these little kids.
It's the kid
bathtub. Bubble baths are fun when you're a kid.
Yeah.
But as an adult, I
don't think adults are using that tub.
I can't remember the last time I took a bath.
Okay. Well, we don't have a large bathtub. That's why. I think if it was large, you would be in there.
No, I don't have the time. I don't like put on candles and crank up the Enya. Like, I don't do that. People make it a thing when they take a bath. It's like a
ritual.
It's part of my daily end of the day. No.
And clearly Michelle Pfeiffer is doing that throughout this movie.
She has a lot of time in her hands. She's married to a scientist.
Yes, her daughter is going off to college, so they take her to college.
Yeah, she needs the downtime.
Yeah, and no, she has a lot of downtime. She doesn't need it. She's just all of a sudden alone with her thoughts.
Too much downtime.
Yeah, alone with her thoughts. So they're in Vermont, and she's married to renowned scientist Dr. Norman Spencer. And
played by Harrison Ford.
Yes. And as I was like watching this movie going, this really reminds me a lot of Psycho. With some of the bathroom stuff and some of the imagery and camera shots. And you're like, yeah, and his name's Norman. I'm like, oh my gosh. Duh.
Well, the whole thing is very Hitchcock. We'll get into that. There's a lot of Hitchcockian tributes in this.
And I always forget that Claire had a serious car accident and that she sort of has gaps in her memory. So that's another thing I never remember.
Yeah, I don't know that the movie needs that, but okay.
Right.
It helps explain one of the big twists that comes up.
Exactly.
But it's also very convenient. I mean, frankly, it could just be like, oops, I forgot.
Well, they show a picture of kind of a mangled car, and then her friend is like, yeah, you wrapped your car around a pole. And she's just like, I'm fine. Like, really? Are you? Probably almost died. She's probably in a coma. But we just skip over that. Just skip right over that.
I know it's Michelle Pfeiffer, and you don't want to, put too much latex on it, but just give her a bruise above her eyebrow.
Well, this was a year ago.
Still, look at the accidents. Vin Diesel couldn't have survived that.
Okay, so they live in a very nice neighborhood on a lake. It's very fancy.
Yeah.
And it was actually his dad's house that they got after his dad died. Mm-hmm. So they renovated it, done all this stuff. Okay, so now they have these next door neighbors. And we need to talk about this because one day she overhears her new neighbor, Mary Fuhr, sobbing. The Fuhrs? Mm-hmm. Really?
Well, I think it was probably, I imagine it was probably the Fears in the first draft. And they're like, okay, we gotta make this a little more subtle.
That's crazy. No, they sound like Nazis. The Nazis next door.
Now remember, it's not Der Fuhrer, it's the Fears.
Yeah, I know. It's just
F-E-U-R. I'm sure there's people with this last name. And they probably hate it too.
They probably hate it. Well, the thing is, they needed 2 F last names.
Let's not remind the world what our last name is.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, our last name is preferable to
to
the Fuhrers. Yes. Come on.
I've had my last name for so long. I'm kind of ready to trade up. But you do drive a hard bargain. That's a tough one to trade with.
It is. Well, I think it's like the screenwriters.
Hi, I'm Fuhr. Barry Fuhr?
Yeah. No, it's bad. It's really bad. They needed 2 F last names. They came with Frank, and then they're like, we can't think of anything else. F is a very common last. I mean, Freeman, for example. I mean, there's so many.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, we can't think of anything.
Yeah,
How
you
about
can't-
Fuhrer?
It's a good point. It was a
Okay.
mistake.
It was a mistake. I never noticed it till last night, and I was like, this is kind of weird. Okay, so Mary Fuhrer is sobbing, and Claire is concerned. And she tells her husband, like, I think something's going on. We've seen them fighting. We've heard them have loud sex. There's been a few situations. A lot happens.
Well, don't go over that latter point. Let's talk about that for a second. One of the
Okay.
most well-known scenes of this movie is Michelle Pfeiffer, Harrison Ford, looking fantastic, and they hear the neighbors across the way making noises to be delicate about it. And Ford goes, "Do you think we should take him?"
Yeah.
And what I've always wanted, because you never see what happens afterwards, I always wanted like a jump cut to like 5 minutes later, and Ford and Pfeiffer are like in bed, and they're like looking bored at the ceiling, and she goes, "I guess not."
Oh, like they couldn't.
Yeah, I've always wanted that.
Like they're louder than us?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, because like you cut to them, they're in bed, they're bored, and then like you still hear the noise coming out the window. That's what I want.
Oh, that's funny.
Because it's not established that there's still a lot of spice to this marriage, which I'm saying. The scene is kind of like it's a sexy moment between two sexy movie stars, but I mean it doesn't really amount to anything.
Right. I sort of got the impression with that scene that we as an audience are supposed to go, okay, they still love each other. They're still into each other. They're empty nesters now.
Yeah, they have chemistry, no question.
And this is going to be, this is the start of this new season in their life.
But is the spice there?
I think it is.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, I think he finds her hot, of course. I think she finds him hot. Like, what are we talking about here? And I think they're going for it. And then now, but there are secrets, really bad secrets that derail the sexiness of this new, time in their life. Just a little murder and ghosts. That's all.
All right, let's get to that part.
Yeah, that kind of like derails the romance of a marriage, don't you think? A little bit of murder.
Well, our marriage, definitely. It's been a bummer. All those bodies in the back.
Wouldn't it be funny if they actually cut to the Fuhrers and the Fuhrers could hear them? And then they're like, let's be louder.
I suspect we have neighbors that are just like that.
Oh, I've heard neighbors. Now, there is a neighbor. She's no longer there. She moved out
Yeah?
years ago.
Okay.
But I did hear her. Yeah, for sure.
I've told you this. I feel like I'm the noisemaker whisperer because I hear that stuff all the time.
He always
I'm
hears
always
stuff.
hearing
I
neighbors.
never hear anybody.
And in this neighborhood, like I know our neighbors, and I've heard them the night before, and I come up like, no, you fakers. Who are you trying to impress? I know you guys. No, come on. There's no way.
All I hear are dogs, roosters, and our neighbor who sings karaoke at any and all hours of the day.
Yeah,
or night.
That's the problem, because I mean, I'll wake up at 2 a.m. I'll hear stuff. It'll be like when there's like we'll have like a dinner party here, and I'll go in the bedroom for a second to get something out of the drawer, and I'll hear it outside the window. It's always at the most random moments, and I can't like come like Jules, come check this out. You think we can take them? It's never a good time.
Never a good time. Oh, that's hilarious. No, I hear the cat fights. That's what I hear.
Yes.
I hear all the not great things. Well, not that it's great for you, but maybe it is. I don't know. I guess it depends.
We hear the cats fighting. Do you think we could take them?
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, now Claire, she thinks that Mary Fuhrer is in trouble and that the husband is bad. She sees him late at night, like putting what looks like a body into the trunk, but
Right.
I was watching
In
that
her
last
defense,
night.
that's exactly what it looks like.
It does, but he looks like it takes no effort. Like the way, like the shape of the bag is body
Maybe
shaped.
he's just a really strong serial killer. These things have been known to, in history.
Because I was like, yeah, it does look like the shape of a body for sure. But he's just like, bloop, there it goes in. Like,
He works out. He
no
does his
problem.
cardio.
He's a professor at a college.
Hey, careful. You watch your mouth, young lady.
not.
What are you saying about our kind?
He's not hitting the gym every day. Sorry.
He's got a beard, huh? Does that compensate?
No, it's fine. And maybe he is,
I feel
very
like there's
strong.
some coded messaging in this episode.
No.
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna have my lawyers listen to this episode.
Oh my gosh. So Claire goes to her husband and she's like, babe, I think our neighbor just killed his wife. Yeah. And he's like, what are you talking about? And so she wants him to look into it because they teach at the same university. So that's where we end up, because Claire takes a basket of goodies over, like flowers and wine, and she runs into the husband. And she's like, is your wife home? He's like, I really have to go. Like, he evades the question. And then later that night, she's totally spying on him with some binoculars. And he goes out, picks up the wine out of her gift basket, like throws the flowers on the ground, and she's like, oh, that actually would hurt me.
I love that so much. That's such a great detail.
I would be hurt. Like, if I brought a basket over and it had, like, I don't know, banana bread, a bottle of wine, some flowers, and this jerk, all he did was take the wine and just, like, throw everything out into the porch.
I relate to that so much. They screw the chocolate, throw the flowers to the ground, stomp on them.
Stomp on them.
Hershey's, sweet.
That's
Now we're
unnecessarily
talking.
aggressive.
It is.
Yeah.
But he's in a bad mood.
Right. Because
we think he murdered his wife.
We think he murdered his wife. Exactly. His surly behavior arouses her suspicion.
Oh, that's the pulpiest description I've heard yet.
I know.
This is James Remar, who's
Yeah.
fantastic in this. I love him in this. He and Miranda Otto are very good as the neighbors.
So we do find out at a dinner with Claire and Norman and some friends that she was married before. And her
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And her first husband died. And so now she's a single mom, and she is an amazing, cellist? Is that what she plays?
She was an amazing cellist. Again, a movie detail.
I know. Well, she went to Juilliard, babe. She went to Juilliard.
So?
I mean, that's big time.
Do they all have to be cellists at Juilliard? Can't she play the didgeridoo?
No, I'm just saying.
Can't she play the accordion? Can't she be a backup on Weird Al's band? Does it have to be the cello?
No, I'm not talking. The cello doesn't matter. I'm saying she gives up her musical aspirations for Harrison Ford.
And I'm saying I wish it was a less pretentious instrument than the cello.
Oh, well.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying he was so attractive to her that she ditched that cello.
She gave up the cello for Indiana Jones. I get that.
Yeah, I know.
No,
I'm like,
not a
this
reach
is,
for me.
oh, come on, this is obvious. I would do that. I would be like, you wanted to...
She's got the bow and and then, oh, hi, how you doing? Walks by. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, yeah, screw the cello.
I know. And she's a single mom at this point, heartbroken. Husband has died from we don't know what. I mean, it's like a classic rescue story, fairy tale, right?
Can we talk about the scene where she drops her daughter off
Oh, sure.
to college? I know we're going back a little bit.
That's okay.
But the notes that I wrote while this scene was on, I'm like, wow, man. So this is the year 2000. So there's no dating apps. Almost everybody has a low-tech cell phone. Mm-hmm. What an amazing time to go to college.
Yeah. Flip phone. But that's when we went to college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Early aughts.
Yeah. We were in college in 2000. I think I had the first flip phone. Now, I didn't have one of those, Saved by the Bell phones, the big brick.
The bricks, yeah.
Yeah, where you have to carry a bag around with, I don't even know what's in there, a full computer.
A charger for your flux capacitor.
Yeah. I don't even know. But I do remember texting with the T9 where you have to because the number one is ABC. So you have to, if you want to get a C, you have to press it 1, 2, 3.
Oh, wow. This is before my time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or maybe that's not the T9, you guys. The T9 was an upgrade so that I could just do, if I wanted to spell cat, for example, I just spell it out the way I would with the numbers, and the phone will actually help you figure it out.
Oh, wow.
I know.
That's some high-tech stuff.
I know.
Wow.
Or you could go through all the letters and just, to get to the one you want. And that, I can't, now my phone autocorrects for me. I mean, I don't know.
Oh,
No,
come on.
I don't want it to say duck. I wanted to say the other thing. I'm just kidding.
Truck.
You don't know what I want to say, phone. So, don't think you know me.
I feel like my wife is sending me some mixed messages here.
Okay, that's what you wanted to say about the...
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, I thought there was more about the characters.
No, I don't care about this character at all. She goes to... The movie forgets about her.
Oh, totally.
She's a total loose-end character detail. The movie could have lost this whole... They could have been, like, empty nesters. They could have been a
She
single
could have
parents.
already been at school.
Yeah, the fact that... Because I wanted to go somewhere because of what we learn later on about him, and it doesn't. And it's interesting because the daughter, I mean, I don't even think the actress playing the daughter even gets much of a close-up. It's like, who is she? She's a nondescript character.
Yeah,
detail.
even in the photos they show when Michelle Pfeiffer is looking through a photo album, it's like nothing that clear.
Well, those are hilarious because those are obvious pictures of Harrison Ford and Michelle Pfeiffer from the 80s that have been like, there's a shot of Ford, it looks like he's right off the set of Working Girl, and Michelle Pfeiffer has like her Grease 2 hair on their wedding day. It's ridiculous. Like, this is some Photoshop crap. It doesn't even look like it's in the same photo. Yeah, they should have rethought that.
Okay, well, they didn't know you were going to be scrutinizing it so much.
This is Robert Zemeckis.
Well, that's
Next
true.
to Cameron, Zemeckis is the man when it comes to digital stuff. He should have been on this. He should have found a way to digitally de-age these actors 25 years ago and make that work.
That's true. If you think about the picture that they use throughout Back to the Future,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, there's ways.
Yeah. Zemeckis should have figured it out. Instead, like, this movie cost $100 million. There's only 2 people in it. Let's just do some cut and paste action. We can't worry about this.
He's like, it's one scene. Who
One
cares?
scene. Who's gonna? I care, Mr. Zemeckis.
Back to Claire and her
Back to the plot, sorry.
ghost story.
Yes.
Okay. So Claire sees a shadowy reflection in the bathwater one day. So she sees some steam coming out of the bathroom and she goes in and the bathtub is full. And so she pulls the little plug thing out and then all of a sudden she sees another face reflecting back at her. Of course, freaks out and tells her husband, and he's like, well, what did she look like? What did it look like? She's like, she kind of looked like me, but with green eyes. I'm like, come on. You did not see the color of her eyes in the reflection of the bathwater.
That's a very specific description. Yeah.
She looked exactly like me, but with green eyes.
She tweezed her eyebrows. I mean, it was awful.
We didn't quite do our hair exactly the same,
She had
but
11 freckles, just like I do.
I know. It's a little
Yeah.
on the nose. Okay. So
Maybe a mirror, but the whole thing, I mean, I know you have to have the water. I know the water is like
the water is a symbol.
It's the motif that the whole movie centers around. It begins with her in the bathtub. I get it, but like a mirror would have been fine. It's a steamy bathroom. She looks in the mirror. She doesn't see a reflection. That's all we need. We don't, this whole thing of like
green eyes.
in the water reflected. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, so now Norman thinks his wife is going crazy. So he sends her to I think he sends her to a university psychologist.
Yes, and it's played by Joe Morton from Terminator 2.
Oh,
Miles
yeah.
Dyson.
I do like that guy.
He's a great actor.
Yeah.
He gives a lot to a role that doesn't give him much. It's one of those, it's Mr. Exposition.
Yeah. So she's going and she's telling him about this ghost experience and he's like, well, I think you should ask it what it wants. She's like, oh, what? Like, get an Ouija board. And then the next thing we know, she did. She bought an Ouija board.
Smash cut to a Ouija board.
Yeah.
Where do you get these?
You can just get them at Walmart.
Walmart?
Yeah.
Do they ever sell them at Toys R Us?
I don't know. There
they might
aren't
have.
any Toys R Us left.
They used to. That's true. They used to be. I know they used to be really accessible. Because I'm not kidding when I say this, and I suspect I probably said this in a prior episode. If I were to get a Ouija board right now, I wouldn't know where to go. I have some weird neighbors and be like knocking on the door like, hey, hi, I know we haven't talked in years and you terrify me, but do you have a Ouija board? But you do. Can I borrow that for a second?
When you're not singing karaoke, do you happen to be doing a seance at your house? Because I'm wondering. No, yeah, you can just go to the store.
Remember you doing a seance the other day and you heard me say out the window, do you think we could take them? I was talking about you guys. Can I borrow your Ouija board?
Okay, I would never do an Ouija board. Those things freak me out.
Yeah, you and I have that in common. I've never,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No, I've been to parties where they're like, let's bust out the Ouija board. Like, okay, I'm going to go in the next room with my buddy here and play Clue. You guys can go and talk to Elvis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not my thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's too weird. I had a really creepy experience with one. I may have shared it on a previous
I'm sure you
episode.
did. But for all the newcomers.
For all of our new
what
listeners,
happened?
for all 2 of you, it was like a junior high sleepover. Okay. And I knew I would never play the Ouija board, but the girls got it out and they were playing it. And I was just sort of sitting off to the side because I was like, I am freaking out right now. And I just remember one of the girls, she's like, who's going to be my next boyfriend? And I don't know, it said some name or whatever. And I think like a week later I was at school and I remember them being like, oh, Sarah's now dating Dan. And I was like, Dan? The Ouija board said Dan. And I was like, ah! So.
Oh, they're still together? That would be amazing.
They stayed together. 7th grade was a pivotal year.
The board told us.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So ever since, and I think actually it was Dan, now that I'm remembering, but yeah, it said Dan. And then she did date Dan. And then I was like, yep, that solidifies it for me. Never doing that.
Most of your memories about that age in your life are like, they're not even Saved by the Bell. They're like step by step. So I'm amazed that there's like a Ouija board in any of these memories. You're always telling me these memories like, oh yeah, that was a really edgy story you just told me. And now there's one with a Ouija board. Like, that's so random.
I know. I did have like, I think it was maybe in 8th grade. There was this guy who was like a self-proclaimed like Satanist.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and he was super
Self-proclaimed, so he like
yeah, like
introduced people that way?
no, like he would say it like that he was, and he just had all these creepy drawings in a notebook. I mean, he was weird. He was probably really into Marilyn Manson. Who knows? But I just remember being like, I need to pray for his soul. Yeah, he was a strange one.
Wow.
Yep.
Whatever happened to that dude?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't keep up with people from junior high because I went to a different high school than most of them. So I have no idea. But yeah.
Today we know him as Rob Zombie.
He just became like a professional musician. And we're like, that makes sense.
I'm going to monetize this.
I know. Okay, so Claire has a seance with her best friend Jody in the bathroom.
Good transition.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she steals one of Mary's shoes from the house that looks like it has blood on it.
Yeah.
And
Mary's the neighbor who is missing.
Mary Fuhrer, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tafira is missing.
Yes, she's missing. And that nothing happens in the seance because they're trying to connect with Mary. And I think the ghosts are like, it's not Mary. Figure it out. And so they don't talk to her.
I love that that's a cut scene from this movie that the ghosts are just standing around just rolling their eyes like, oh, come on. No. That's not how you do it.
I know. We're sending you all these signals and you are missing them.
We've been really clear about this.
Does Mary have green eyes? Come on, get with it. I know. So this thing on IMDb says the dial on the Ouija board starts to move slowly from M to F. I did not see it move. Did you see it move?
I think so. I don't know that it matters, though.
Yeah. It was kind of like the candle blows out and then they just decide, like, we're done. Nothing's happening.
That was the impression I had, too.
Yeah. And then she cleans up the bathroom. She puts the board away. She hides it. I don't think she wants Norman to know she has this Ouija board.
Honestly, I don't think the Ouija board is an issue in this film. I don't.
I
think it is like a total red herring. Like, there's a lot of those in this.
Exactly. But then she goes then the bathroom steam happens and the water is, full again in the bathtub. And she's like, what do you want? And then the bathroom mirror spells out What does it spell out? It spells out something. Like you know. In creepy letters.
I'd be so frustrated. You know what? Just tell me.
I'd be like, actually, I don't know. You're being very vague.
Why are you being so cryptic? Spirit of the underworld? Just tell me, man. You got my attention.
Exactly. So Claire does tell Norman that she had a seance. I mean, I gotta hand it to this woman. If I was having a seance, I don't know that I would tell you, because I'd be like, that's too embarrassing. Let's just move past this. He doesn't need to know.
You know, I gotta say, that would be a heck of a thing if I came home like, so what did you do today?
I know.
I had a seance.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be like, you probably would think I was possessed, because that's not something I would do.
Not lately, anyway.
So he accuses her of going crazy. And they end up at a party, like some kind of
faculty party.
Yeah. And she goes up to the guy, Mr. Fear.
Mr. Fear next door, James Remar.
Yeah, and she accuses him of killing his wife. And then Mary walks out, and she's so confused.
Well, I love it because he's like, I didn't kill my wife. And she comes out, and he puts his arm around her, and and Harrison Ford's like, sorry.
This was embarrassing. We're gonna go now.
It's a nice moment because you're really on. I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer's character Claire is gaslighting us. Like the first part of the movie, we're completely on her side. We're seeing things from her point of view.
Yes.
When she goes to Mr. Fear's house, it's like, yeah, she's facing this guy. When she's spying on him, yes, she's in the right. So when we see in the next two scenes that she was completely wrong, you get the sense, oh, okay, now we're stepping outside of this main, outside of this perspective, which is the one that we've been trusting, and we realize that she's unreliable.
Yes,
Claire's unreliable. And that's very effective because the movie is constantly making us question her reality more than anyone else's. And in this moment, we see, oh, she 100% was wrong. Yeah.
And then we're like, well, now what? What does this mean? Because now other things are happening in the house, like doors are opening and closing.
Yeah, but let's not leave this subplot.
Oh,
yeah, because it is delicious because she does have a follow-up lunch with Miss Fuhrer.
Yes.
Who comes over and says that moment of utter panic and freak out she had is because she just was so in love with her husband. Which is like, oh my God, you guys are so young. That's such crap.
I
just love him so much and it just breaks me.
Yeah, she's like, do you ever just get so overwhelmed because it's like you just can't believe you get to be with somebody and you just don't want and Claire
and
just
Michelle Pfeiffer's like, sure.
She's like, okay, I'm just gonna go with this. Fine.
Yeah, when I was 13 years old, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Because Mary is the first jump scare in this movie.
Yeah.
With her eye through
in the keyhole, yeah.
Yeah. But I knew it was coming, so I was like, don't freak out. Her eye's gonna
It so happened.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
You were audible for most of the movie.
No, I wasn't.
For this 25-year-old PG-13 horror movie, yes. I was listening. So then, the thing that's so wonderful, and Roger Ebert and a couple of the critics have pointed this out, and I love this moment so much, because it's like, this is why this screenplay, for all the things about it that are dopey or kind of half-developed, there's some great stuff in it. And one of my favorite moments in the movie, it's a visual bit, which is where Claire goes to a party, and she sees the Fuhrers from across the way. They kind of give her like a smile and a nod, like, hey, we're
like
good.
A little wave.
Yeah, but then the husband pretends to strangle the wife again. He's like, just kidding. Like, I love that so much. That's so funny.
It is it's
a smart bit.
Maybe one of the only laugh out loud moments.
Yeah.
In the movie, yeah. But it's nice. It breaks up the tension.
Yes.
Yeah, because Claire is like, ha ha.
Yeah, and then, but after that, because that's like, okay, the red herring is gone. Now we actually lean into the supernatural stuff in a very like...
Yes.
Yeah, it takes all that stuff seriously.
Well, that's why I forgot all about the Fuhrers. Because the ghost stuff then is the main part of the movie.
Yeah. Although, but I'll just say it now. The movie doesn't need the ghost stuff. Because it's not about the ghost stuff. It's about her marriage. And it's about how she's being gaslit. And it's about how all these moments between her and her husband, spoiler, are... Although if you're listening to it at this point, you're beyond spoiler territory. He's giving a performance.
Yes.
He's constantly controlling her. He's constantly working her. And that's where this movie is pretty rich because these two actors are really giving it. And there's even a scene, there's a bit of foreshadowing earlier in the movie where he's talking about his father. And the way he speaks about his father and the fact that his father died, if anything, he's giving something of a confession to her even early on. There's great stuff going on with the interplay of these two characters, these two actors.
Yeah. Yeah, because you had mentioned at the end, you're like, I think he killed his dad.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, I did not pick that up.
I think he tells her early, and forgive me, I can't pinpoint the exact scene, but yeah, there's a scene with the two of them. It feels like a confession. There's a darkness, and there's not just a darkness, but there's an arrogance to the way he's telling her the story. It's a tonal thing. You won't know it if you don't know what the ending is.
Right.
Because Ford, I gotta say, like, one of the things about Ford that's so great, he used to get picked on about a lot as an actor, but he's low key.
Yes.
And that's a good thing because when you have a poker tell like this is a great role for someone like that. Yeah. And it's amazing that he's only played a couple villains. Mm-hmm. And he is truly the villain of this movie. And the fact that he's playing the movie like he's very engaging. He and Pfeiffer have great chemistry. But the fact that it's still like that Harrison Ford, like, if every other actor is like at an 11 because they're method junkies. He's always playing it at a very real, very like a guy who like needs more sleep.
Yeah.
And I think it's absolutely fine for him. It's always been fine for him. But in this case, it's like, oh, he's using that. The fact that he's very good in this movie because, he's. What was I saying?
I don't know. What are you saying?
I'm saying he's fantastic in this movie because it's a low-key character on the surface. And when we learn about him in the third act, it really is a performance.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in one of the parts where she mentions his dad, she's like, you're always overreacting when people bring up your dad. And he sort of doesn't respond to that accusation, which is interesting. Because maybe he's like, internally, he's like, oh, I need to be careful because I don't want to give myself away.
Yeah, it's a performance within a performance.
Yeah, because if somebody were to say, hey, you're always overreacting, and you really are like, hey, no, I'm not, you would get defensive, but he doesn't get defensive about that statement. Yeah. And I would think he would. You know what I mean? All right, so we're back at the house, and this is after... We know that the fears are fine, but weird things are still happening. And a picture falls off a windowsill. This is like the second time this has happened. And so Claire's picking all the broken pieces up, and she discovers a newspaper clipping inside the broken frame. And there's a partial missing person report for Madison Elizabeth Frank. And she's reading this, and she realizes that Madison was a student at the university where Norman was a lecturer. So, and another point, there is like an old school computer game, and something is typing MEF, 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 And so at this point, Claire's like, MEF, like, this is it.
You know what this is stolen from? This is that moment in Ghost.
Yes.
Where Tony Goldwyn is in his office by himself, and Patrick Swayze is just typing murderer like a madman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I know this movie does take a lot of things from other movies.
It borrows. Mostly Hitchcock, to its credit. There's a lot of Hitch in this. But, yeah, that's one of those things, like, they don't do that anymore.
Who doesn't do what anymore?
Horror movies. They don't. Now it's all text messages.
Oh, I know. Oh, actually having a desktop computer in your house? I mean, no. Although I was talking to a teacher the other day, and he was like, a desktop with a real mouse and a real keyboard. He's like, that's what you need to teach your kids because that's where the jobs are. He's like, touchscreens are not going to get your kids professionally ready for the future. But if they know how to use a mouse and actually type on a keyboard.
But what if they want to work at Walmart?
Well, they can. But I'm saying if they want a tech job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So... I don't know. I thought that was interesting. And most people we don't have a desktop anymore. That seems like it's too much space.
Yes. Too bulky.
Too bulky. Mm-hmm. All right. So now Claire decides to go visit Madison's mother. So this is kind of a strange scene. Like she just finds where her mom lives and she goes, and the mom, she's watching a soap opera.
Yeah.
And she's like, you can just watch You can just watch it without the sound and you can tell what's going on by their faces. Do you think she's trying to give us a clue?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think that's a clue. And also, I love the moment where she goes, I don't know why you're here.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. That feels very honest.
Yeah. Why? She's like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then she takes her upstairs and we see the room. Because now we saw Madison on a missing persons report at the house. And she was wearing a necklace, but we didn't see the full necklace. So now we see what necklace she's wearing. We see all the pictures from high school. I gotta say, I feel like this actress is a little old.
To be Amber Valletta's mom?
No, Amber Valletta looks a little bit too mature to be in these like high school pictures.
Oh.
Yeah, like she looks like she's older than. Yeah, but it's fine. I mean, how are you going to find someone who looks very similar to Michelle Pfeiffer?
Well, my problem, that's my problem with the casting, is not the age. It's just that she looks, what we learn about the character and how she plays into the story, I feel like she looks too much like Michelle Pfeiffer to be someone that Michelle Pfeiffer's husband had an affair with. Because it's...
Oh, you think he would go for someone like opposite?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. See, I don't know why. Like, is it because he can mess around with her and like still think of his wife? And then he's like not really in his mind, like not really cheating?
Maybe, well, you put it that way, maybe that's what it is.
I don't know.
Do you think like when they close their eyes, I'm confused? Because it's all about the eyes. Otherwise, like Amber Valletta and Michelle Pfeiffer looked so much alike.
Maybe that was part of it. I don't know. Who knows the mind of a cheater? You know?
A serial killing cheater.
A serial killing cheater.
Yeah.
Like, I can't try and make sense of that.
Sure.
So, okay, so Claire steals a lock of Madison's hair from the mom's house.
Screwed up. And it's so weird that this becomes...
This becomes a huge thing.
It becomes like the monkey's paw of this movie. It
Yeah.
really is like this... Yeah, I mean, it's the MacGuffin, as Hitchcock would have called it.
Yeah. So she's going to perform a ritual that allows Madison to possess her. Which I'm like, girl, you in danger, girl. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's pretty bizarre.
So when Norman returns home from work, because her friend gave her this like witchcraft book with all these spells,
Yes.
right? She just like leaves it on her porch like, haha, thought you would like this. I was just doing some casual shopping and I saw this book and I thought, perfect for Claire who's trying to figure out what is going on in her haunted house.
Are you done with the John Grisham? Because I got something for you. You're going to love this. It's way better than The Client.
I know. Do you want to really experience what you've been reading? But like in real life, very immersive. So I guess she's possessed. And this is when Norman comes home from work and there's like a seduction scene going on with an apple and a candle and a very creepy laugh from Michelle Pfeiffer, I've got to say. I don't like possessed Michelle Pfeiffer.
I like possessed Michelle Pfeiffer. I got no problem with that. I don't care who's in there.
In the trailer of the movie, it's Michelle Pfeiffer. Maybe it's her possessed. Who cares? You're going to come see it.
I will go see this movie regardless.
She's seducing Norman. She's being a little rough. And he's like, hey, watch it. I like it when...
Hey, I'm a murderer, but I got standards, you know.
I know. Don't bite my lip off. You're going to make it bleed.
That's a button. I need that button.
I know. So this says, while straddling Norman, Claire's face briefly morphs into Madison's.
Morphing.
But this is where so as Madison, she sees herself, Claire, like coming home, right? Through the mirror.
Yeah, that's a great visual.
Yeah.
That's a great visual.
And so she's like watching herself kind of outside of herself, I guess.
Yeah, and it's and it winds up being a flashback, interestingly enough.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very well done. The first time I saw this movie, I was very flummoxed by this moment.
Yeah.
Good word, flummoxed. I didn't really understand what was going on until the movie had to really spell it out for me.
So she's kind of staring, and Norman's like, what are you looking? She's like, we have to be quiet. We don't want her to hear. He's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, your wife. And that's the scene from the trailer that everyone was like, oh!
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the CGI is pretty good.
Well, yeah, it's Robert Zemeckis. It better be good.
Well, he can't handle photographs, so I'm
No, photoshopping is not one of his superpowers.
That's hard. So, frightened by the change in Claire's appearance and by comments that she's made, Norman pushes her away. So this causes
No, not green eyes. No.
yeah, because her eyes are green. I mean, to his credit, it's dark. Is he really going to notice the change from blue to green?
It's the way it's lit. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's clearly not Michelle Pfeiffer.
That's true.
It's like
no,
it could be her sister.
When her face morphs, it's obviously not her.
Yeah.
But her eyes are green when it's her face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it have been more effective if it was, for example, Halle Berry, or if it was Jennifer Connelly or Ashley Judd, someone who's so not Michelle Pfeiffer?
Oh.
A little more effective, although maybe a little too much work on the CGI, like the hair, the skin, everything has to change. That might be a little much. Because Scary Movie 1 or 2 made fun of this, where suddenly it's Marlon Wayans' face.
It goes from white girl to
Marlon Wayans. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I would be curious to listen to why they decided to have Madison be a doppelganger for her.
And maybe the whole thing is if we're going to talk about the psychology of it, maybe Amber Valletta's character resembles who Claire was when she was younger. Maybe that's why he's into her.
That's true.
She looks like her. She's, this is before.
Because he said, when I met you, I was like, I'll do anything for this woman.
Right.
Yeah. And maybe there was a piece of what Madison.
You really know how to bang that cello.
Oh my gosh, you can't say that. Okay. So when he pushes Claire off of him, she drops the hair.
Yeah.
Okay, so then she comes back to her senses, but this is when her memory begins to return and she recalls that she did catch Norman and Madison.
Yeah,
a compromising situation.
And I have to say, this is the part of the movie that really works for me. I love the back and forth between the two of them, the drama as it escalates. Like, Ford has always been a very underrated actor, and so is Pfeiffer, for that matter. Mm-hmm. She has always been, everybody talks about how beautiful she is. She is. But she's been in a lot of movies like Married to the Mob, The Russia House, where she's fantastic. Nobody saw those movies. Mm. And, her best known work is, Catwoman and Dangerous Minds at this point. Dangerous Minds, that ridiculous movie. They're so fantastic in this. This is where the film works to a point where it's like, the ghost stuff does feel gratuitous. I know you need that to sell the movie.
Yeah.
And I think fine, it works in the confines of the genre, but like this movie could have just been about these two people fighting this out. And I do think it still would have been compelling without the supernatural stuff.
How does she find out about Madison if she doesn't get possessed by her?
I'm sure the screenwriter made the same point.
He's like, there's no other way. We're going to have to get the lock of hair. That's just the way it's going to have to be.
Couldn't she have discovered a journal entry? No, possession. It's a ghost. It's got to be a ghost.
They're like, a letter that...
Maybe there's a videotape that's incriminating. No, ghost. Ghosty, ghost.
And you got to have the lock of hair.
That's so ridiculous too, because it's really not well explained, other than the fact that she finds the hair, like it's wrapped. It's so weird and ritualistic. It's wrapped in her room, and then in the next scene, she's got the Broomhilda Book of Possession, and she does like this little. I mean, you don't even. It's not like Witches of Eastwick. There's no process to it. She has it.
I know. I'm like, they don't show if she actually read some kind of incantation.
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
which is fine. We don't need that. But at the same time, no, you're absolutely right. Like I feel like that's kind of a convenient plot point.
So Norman confesses that he had a brief relationship with Madison, but realized quickly that he loved Claire too much to leave her. And then this made Madison unstable, and he threatened to kill Claire. This is according to Norman, though. And then when he visited Madison, he found her dead of an overdose with a letter to Claire. So he says he burned the letter and pushed Madison's car into the lake with Madison inside, that she had OD'd.
Yeah.
So... at this point, Claire is like, you have to tell somebody. Like, this girl is still on the missing persons list, and her mom has not had any closure. Like, you have to contact the authorities. And so now we're in was there anything after this? Like,
in the second act? No, we're in the second act where he is like taking her on the boat. They're trying to basically rebuild the relationship. And it's compelling because it's like, okay, she knows this deep, dark secret about her husband. Will she stay with him or not?
Yeah, she doesn't quite know that Madison is in the lake yet, I don't think.
I think you're right about that. She suspects it. We suspect it because of the visual, one of the early visuals in the movie.
Yeah.
And I got to say really quick, as a side bend, there is a version of this story without the ghost. It's a Stephen King story called A Good Marriage, which I think is one of the scariest stories King ever wrote. And without spoiling it, it's basically about this middle-aged couple. They've been married for years. They're happy. She's probably
going through perimenopause, but go ahead.
No, she's going through a box in the garage while he's at work. And she finds a box full of all of these driver's licenses of all of these women that she discovers are missing. And he calls her like, hey, honey, how you doing? And she's clearly shaken up, but she's trying not to let it out. And then she falls asleep, wakes up, and he's like staring right at her because he knows that she knows. And it's this matter of, are they going to keep going like this or does something going to happen? It's great. It's called A Good Marriage. It's scary.
Do you think it's realistic that she would stumble upon all those driver's licenses and then want to take a nap?
Well, it's late at night.
Oh, okay. So I would be like, I got to clean all this stuff up. This is crazy.
They're old. They're older. They're like in their 50s.
What do you...
They're old like we are. They need naps. Doggone it. They need naps.
Well, I do understand.
I'm not Harrison Ford. I don't just run off a pier to go and save my drowning wife. I need a nap first. I'll take you on the boat later, honey. I'm tired.
They do go out on a boat, and his boat is called Good Jeans.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was laughing. I'm like, oh, I think Sydney Sweeney's people saw this movie and they're like, hey.
No one remembers what lies beneath.
No one remembers this movie.
By the way, the good genes that Harrison Ford is being honored for in this movie, do you think it's called Provasic?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. That's a Fugitive reference.
Oh, it is?
Remember The Fugitive? Provasic?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Do they say it in this movie?
No, I'm just saying. He's like, it's interesting that he's like the villain of The Fugitive in this film. Remember? Because that guy is willing to kill anybody. He kills Harrison Ford's wife because of Provasic.
Okay. Yes.
It's convoluted, as you remember, but yeah.
It's all in the Harrison Ford universe. Yes.
It's all about, if there's pills involved, someone's going to die. Mm-hmm, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so this synopsis doesn't really say this, but she finds a key and then she ends up going to, because her best friend tells her that he saw Norman and Madison at this little town called Adamant, and they were having lunch there, and she was going to go say hi, but then they got into a fight and she was like, ugh, and then that's when Claire got into the car accident shortly after that, and she said, oh, he was so distraught, like he didn't want to lose you, so I didn't say anything. All right. Her best friend covered for Norman.
Yes. Yeah, which is interesting because I think that's a good angle, and I like what Diana Scarwood is doing in this role a lot. Mm-hmm. I've always liked her. It's interesting because I think that's relatable because I don't know. I don't have a confession to make, but I definitely no. But I mean, you do sometimes you do find yourself. I'm like, oh man, like she doesn't know about that. He doesn't know about that. I've been on I've had that. Where it's like I don't think my friend knows that
he doesn't know. She knows. We know. Yeah. Well, that's interesting because I think Michelle Pfeiffer's character is a total girl's girl, but it sounds like her best friend just kept this secret the whole time.
Okay, so here's a story.
Okay.
So I'm not going to use any names. I'm going to be a little vague about this, but this did happen. So there used to be a husband-wife team that ran a church.
Yes.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they were a husband-wife team. let's just say her name was Betty, the preacher's wife. So one day, my father is on a very different parts of the area where they live, and he sees Betty hanging out with a younger dude, who he assumes, oh, maybe that's her son. Maybe that's the nephew. Maybe it's an out-of-town friend or whatever. So he tells a couple people, like, hey, I saw Betty. It was nice. She looked good. She looked this young guy. Well, apparently within 48 hours, they were no longer in the area code.
Oh.
Yeah, they were like gone because my father had accidentally
Outed them
completely.
Outed her affair.
And they fled the area. Yeah. Yeah.
See, you just have to be like, you just talk about things like you're clueless. Like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, I saw so-and-so, and I don't know who she was with or he was with, but it was like, they look like they're having fun.
Yeah, they're holding hands. He must be a really young guy. You know, he needs help. Needs help walking around.
Yeah, I know. Your dad is so funny when he tells that story, because he's like, yeah, I just like completely disbanded an entire church. Like, well, you know what? Maybe it needed to be disbanded if that was going on.
No, I went to that. Oh, I shouldn't be specific about it. Oh, anyway.
This was so long ago.
This was a very long time
This
ago.
was like, what, in the 90s?
Yeah, none of my friends who I know and went to high school with went to this particular place. So, yeah. It's a non sequitur.
So that's fine.
All right.
So in another situation, okay, so Claire goes to Adamant and she sees that there is this store that sells these necklaces that are what Madison was wearing. And then she sees that there are these little boxes with the key identical to the one that she found in their house. So she's like, oh my gosh, there is a box somewhere. And she's like, it's in the lake. Because she kind of saw it, sort of.
Sort of.
It was weird. Like,
Briefly. I don't think it goes by quickly. This is a bit of busy work I don't think the movie really needs. Because again, it's about this wife understanding that she's being gaslit.
Yes.
That's what this movie is really about. And that's where this movie is really compelling. All the business with the lock of hair and the stupid box in the lake. Like, I don't think we need this stuff.
I know.
It's very well done because it's Zemeckis and the actors are giving it. But yeah, this is narrative busy work.
The part that is very unrealistic to me is her getting up in the middle of the night, going out on that dock in the rain, diving into the water, finding the box, bringing it back into the house, opening it. I'm like, girl.
It's very convenient that it shows her on the dock and then they cut to she's soaking wet and she's back in the house. Thank you for not another underwater scene.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, wow, that's a bit of a reach. She didn't have goggles. They're rich. They don't have like goggles and a snorkel.
I mean, she had a flashlight, but I'm thinking
it's not going to work underwater.
Yeah, that's the other part. I'm like, how did she find this box?
Yeah, I mean, they're wealthy people. There should be a scene of him asleep, and she's next to him, very quietly putting on scuba gear.
Yeah, exactly. That now, okay.
It's all snapping and.
Okay, if she actually did that, I would be like, okay, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Because that's something I would do. I would not dive into a murky lake in the middle of the night while my dog is just hanging out.
It might have been contractual. Michelle Pfeiffer does not do scuba gear. She's not putting it on. No, she did Catwoman. She's not doing that again. She's had enough.
Well, it could have just showed the gear and then not her in it so that we know.
And that's the thing. It's like, it's too much busy work. It's like, no, she'll be in her bathrobe. She'll just jump in. She'll jump out. The audience will be with it.
No, I was not with that. Because that's
I'm thinking she must be freezing.
Yeah, exactly.
How did she see? It's murky lake water.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense that she actually found this box.
Because even if she was possessed at this point, which might have been maybe, but it's still like this young person who's possessing this middle-aged woman's body probably couldn't have found it anyway.
I mean,
it's a reach. It might as well have just been buried in the backyard. Why does it have to be the lake?
Well, the water motif, I think.
I guess.
Okay.
But that's most important in the bathtub scene, which is coming up.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. So she finds the necklace and then Norman shows up and she's like, you killed her. So that's the key. The key tells us what happened.
Yes.
All right. So then she tells him, you have to call the authorities and, you have to tell them that like that you have information about Madison. Like you can't just like leave her body, out there. All right. So he pretends to call 911.
It's great. I got to say, Ford nails this because it's like, oh, he's doing this as an actor would. He might as well be saying like, I got information about the one-armed man. Or all the movies like that movie and Frantic, all the movies. I'm trying to find my wife. You got to help me find my wife. Like he plays it really well. And then, a moment later, she does like, who did he call? And we realize, oh, okay, he was giving a performance yet again.
So she hits redial on the phone. And it's like, information? How can I help you? What city, please? I thought she was going to star 69, but she just hit the redial.
I wanted it to be even crazier. It'd be like, Pizza Hut. Are you the person who killed his wife? That person just hung up on me.
Oh, do you still want the Supreme? Like, what are we doing? I'm not going to send my guy out in the rain if you don't really want this. So now we're in a tussle. This is...
Well, it's a fight scene between the two of them.
Yeah.
And he
sedates her.
Knocks her out.
With that... with the stuff they show in his lab.
Yes.
Because we do see...
Early red herring.
Yeah. Early on. Well, it ends up not being a red herring. It ends up being important.
Ah.
But so she, on one of her many trips to his work, where she's like, I'm scared. He sees two lab guys with a mouse or rat or whatever. And they're like, yeah, we just like sedate this mouse. She knows what's going on. She just can't move. She's paralyzed, fully aware, but she just can't move. Terrifying.
So that's like that's his provasic for this movie. It's like
yes,
a roofie.
Yeah, he roofies her, but she's still awake.
The Nobel Peace Prize for the roofie goes to Norman Spencer. Roofies have always been a little sketchy, but you know what, Dr. Spencer, you've made roofies that, as we go on into the 21st century, there will never be another roofie.
Oh my gosh. No, this sounds like a nightmare. You remember everything, but you can't move.
Yeah.
That's like those people that, they go in for surgery and they go under anesthesia, but it ends up not working and they hear and feel everything, but they can't do anything.
I've had a few people tell me about this experience. Yeah, my dear friend Shane, who I went to grade school with, he told me that his father went through this very thing and described it. Yeah. That he was like, just...
And the doctors and nurses are like talking about you.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's some trauma. I don't know. You're gonna unwind that.
They made a movie about this very thing, this very phenomenon. It's called Awake. It's with Hayden Christensen and Jessica Alba. I've never seen it because I thought, why would anybody watch that? Because that's all the movie is. The guy goes under surgery and and he hears them talking about him and he wakes up like, I don't want to see that. That's such a stupid idea for a movie.
That's the whole movie.
I got an idea, guys. I'm going to pitch this idea. It's something everybody can relate to. Nobody's going to see this thing, but hey, we got Jessica Alba, guys, so we got to act fast.
The only way it would work if it was part of like a courtroom drama where that's just a piece of it.
Right. No, the movie is it's called Awake.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And they're like talking about like the hair on his legs or whatever. I don't know what they're talking about. But
well, I guess he's been circumcised. Hey guys, turn up that Yanni. Okay. Scabble?
Oh my god. I know. It's like
what a stupid tattoo. Hey, you got a Sharpie? Can I do a smiley face on this? No, it's a happy tattoo.
Yeah, he's like, I bet it doesn't even mean what he thinks it means.
That's not Latin.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So he puts her, she's sedated. He puts her in the bathtub and starts running the water. And oh my gosh.
This is the tour de force of the movie. I love this scene so much. This is, I don't know, if the movie wasn't so commercial, I would show this in a filmmaking class. It is a master class of cinematography, of editing, and especially sound.
It's too commercial to show?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Look, if I'm going to, I want people to learn. I don't want to be like, okay, now we're going to look at the scene in Avengers where Captain America says, Avengers assemble.
No.
Look at that performance.
That's
Look at the
different.
conviction in Chris Evans' eyes.
That's
No,
different.
I want to show something that's like off the beat. That's why when I do my horror class, I don't show The Exorcist or Texas Chainsaw. I want to show stuff that they have not seen, so they have new experiences.
I bet you
This
they
is
haven't seen this.
That's true, because they were all like, they weren't even born when this thing came out.
Exactly. This is now a classic.
Well, it's like my dad's favorite movie.
My dad loves Michelle Pfeiffer.
Harrison Ford. Who's he?
Oh my! Oh, wow. Okay.
He's like, the old Han Solo, the old Indiana Jones. And I'll be like, no, he was the old Richard Kimball. There you go.
Oh my gosh. So while the water is rising, Norman explains to Claire that Madison was planning on going to the college dean about their affair, and he could not let that happen. So he killed her and pushed Madison's car and body into the lake. So he's expecting Claire to drown. Norman leans over her paralyzed body and gives her one final kiss. Whoa.
The way I love this so much, the way Ford is playing this, like, and I know, like, we could talk about more dynamic, demonstrative actors. I love his performance in this. I love him in general, but like what he's doing here, when not that I'm speaking from experience now, but when you're telling someone your evil, nefarious plans, there's no mustache twirling. It's just a relief. It's like, hey, now I'm going to kill you, so I'm going to tell you everything.
Yeah, the final confession.
And the way he does it is so matter-of-factly. I just like, this is great, because I've never seen it done this way. He's not trying to get an Oscar here. He's staying the character.
Yeah.
I don't know. I watched this moment, like, that's what chills me. It's not the fact that she's in the tub. It's the fact that it's like, we're married. We're still having this conversation. I'm just going to tell you what I did, and hold your breath.
Okay. Well, when he kisses her, he notices that she's wearing a necklace, and he wants to see what it is. So he like picks up her head to adjust it, and then her face morphs into the corpse face of Madison.
Yeah.
And he
It's a good
gets so
shock.
startled, he jumps up against the mirror, shatters it, he collapses, he's like, there's blood. So now because he had called her best friend and was like, hey, we had a fight. I'm not going to stay here tonight. Will you check on her in the morning?
Yeah.
Thinking, oh, she's just going to think that Claire offed herself, you know?
Exactly.
So now Claire starts recovering from the sedative, and I love the part where the water comes up above her nose and she's still trying to figure out how to get the water to go down.
You know, Zemeckis has made so many movies that are technical tour de forces. This is one of his best sequences. The bathtub scene, what lies beneath, everything about it, the pacing, the editing, especially the sound. It's terrific.
So she finally does, she disconnects the drain, and, she crawls out of the bathtub. And so the phone has been disconnected, and so she can't get it because it's like under Harrison Ford. But then he wakes up, and now we're moving to, now we're driving.
Yes.
So she's driving the truck with the boat in the back, and Norman, we don't see him, but he jumps into the truck. And now she's on the bridge. She's trying to call somebody, and then they go off the side. They go into the lake. Mm-hmm. All right. Now this is just...
It's a lot of nonsense is what it is.
Okay.
Because this movie should have ended in the bathroom. A smart movie would have ended in the bathroom, because that scene is scary and suspenseful, and the two actors are really giving it the tour de force in terms of the filmmaking. It should have ended in the bathroom. It really should. All this other stuff, it's flashy. It's well staged because it's Zemeckis, but it's a lot of busy work.
Okay, so I'll just read this. So the truck veers off the bridge and plunges into the lake, the same lake into which Norman pushed Madison's car. Yeah. Norman grabs Claire's leg so that she can't escape, but Madison's corpse grabs Norman, drags him to the bottom of the lake, and forces him to release Claire's leg so she can float to the surface. Once Norman has drowned, Madison's corpse flashes a creepy smile, pleased that he is dead and that Claire is safe, as if that was a ghost's unfinished business.
That sounds like some real editorializing over there.
It is.
Yeah.
But it is funny that, like, the corpse grabs him, and then her, like, gross, disintegrating body turns into Madison when she was alive.
I love this movie. I really do. But I do think that those moments you mentioned, I think they work best if you don't take them literally.
Yeah.
I do think it works best if you think about this as this this marital battle. I think it works better in that way. I think the ghost stuff is unnecessary. I think what we have here is compelling by itself.
All right, so the following winter, Claire is seen placing a single red rose at the grave of Madison and not the grave of Norman. And when the camera pans out, there's an image of Madison's face seen in the snow.
Love it. Yeah, that's a great. That's
You
startling.
loved that.
Oh, I'm such a fan of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because so many movies have done that subsequently. It's like, I know where you got that from. I think
Yeah.
this is one of Michelle Pfeiffer's best performances. She's underrated because she's one of these actresses like, oh yeah, everyone talks about how beautiful she is. She's a really good actress. I'm a big fan of this thing she did with Sean Connery called The Russia House. I've spoken about it too many times on this podcast, but she's excellent in this. This is Robert Zemeckis before he got swallowed up in all the technique. Because at this point, we got Roger Rabbit, we got a little film called Back to the Future, and that trilogy, Romancing the Stone, Contact, another one of my big favorites of his. And there was a point where he did, 4 years after this, he had The Polar Express, which is great. I watch it every year. But it led down this path of like making these movies that are so digital, so technical, and they lose the human element.
Yeah, now he's like, I'm just going to hire one actor to do 20 parts.
Too much motion capture stuff. He's like James Cameron if James Cameron did a lot of movies. No, I mean seriously, like Cameron, Cameron's been in Pandora for the last has it been 20 years? It's been more than that now. With Zemeckis, I mean, he was a guy who he knew how to use technique, but he was great with actors. He's not great with actors anymore. That's the problem. Aaron Medeiros, Maui movie critic, Aaron Medeiros is a great friend. I suspect he's listening to this. Hey, Aaron. Aaron and I went and saw the new Zemeckis movie. It's called Here. It's with Tom Hanks, Robin Wright, Forrest Gump reunited, and they play a couple and they live in this house. The whole thing takes place in one room, and you see everything that happens in this room over the course of this lifetime of this couple. And there's so much de-aging visuals. So, like, there's like a waxy quality to how Hanks and Wright look. But that's not the problem. The problem is that this movie takes place not only in the course of this lifetime, but in the history of humankind. So there's dinosaurs. We see people like in Ben Franklin's age living in this house.
Oh no.
We see people in the 50s living in this house.
Was he trying to be like the tree of life?
Exactly. Zemeckis like, I could do that. I don't even need Texas. I just need a room. I just need just one room.
Like
apparently it's based on a graphic novel, and I understand the graphic novel is really good. I'd be interested in reading it. But here, like, I remember watching it with Aaron. I remember I turned into him halfway through. I'm like, there'll never be another movie like this. When it was over, we walked out. We're both like, thank God there's never going to be another movie like that, because that was just insufferable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Aaron is I mentioned Aaron not only because he's a great movie critic, but he is the biggest Robert Zemeckis fan I know. And even he didn't swallow that movie.
Wow.
But this one's great. I like What Lies Beneath. It is pulpy. It's overwritten, but I think it works really well.
Yeah. I like it too. And I liked, after seeing it a few times, it was fun to pick up some of the extra details that I didn't notice before.
Yeah.
Like the fact that Norman has just been gaslighting her this entire time. And yeah, because at one point she's like, I gave up, my music for you. He's like, I didn't ask you to do that. It's like, well, no, because you are a silent manipulator. And those kind of people don't come out and ask you to give up your life. They just like orchestrate things so that you just do what they want.
Yeah.
And that's what this marriage has been this whole time.
I think if you could rewrite this movie, and you should, you get and Diana Scarwood is very good as the best friend. You get rid of her. It's just about the Spencers, and you rename them the Fears next door.
Yeah.
Just make it about them because they're engaging. It would be interesting if once I hate calling her Mrs. Fuhr, but once it's established like she and Claire could be friends, maybe she saw something about the marriage.
About Norman?
Yeah, like just make it tighter and cleaner because there's a lot of like
Claire thinks they're the ones with marriage problems, and Mary's like, no, you guys are the ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just make it so, because there's a lot of driving around, like the business with the key and and even the stupid lock of hair. The movie doesn't need that. I suspect it's a less sexy movie if you take the ghost out of it. But I feel like this movie is really scary about manipulation more than it is about the supernatural stuff.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
This was written by Clark Gregg, who plays Agent Coulson in the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think it's interesting that all three of these actors got sucked into that. Harrison Ford is now in the MCU, Michelle Pfeiffer's in the Ant-Man movies, and of course, Clark Gregg.
I mean, what are you doing if you're not in the MCU at
That's
this
true.
point? Everyone is.
Not Ryan Gosling. He said no.
Oh, well.
You know who is it, though? Ryan Reynolds. He's in.
Well, of course. That guy will do anything.
Oh, man. Yeah, I like this movie. The two things, last thing I'll say, the two things about it that are really interesting is that it was shot in between a Castaway production. They shot most of Castaway. They took time off so that Tom Hanks could lose all that weight and be like island ready. And so this was the movie made.
Interesting.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? So they put a pause in Castaway. They spent the months doing this, and then they went back to shooting the island stuff when, Tom Hanks
was like
looking
100 pounds.
Looked like Richard Hatch. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And then, of course, as we mentioned before, at the top of the hour, the spoiler-heavy trailer.
Yes.
This movie introduced that. It's not that trailers hadn't been spoilery before, but this was notorious because this was a big film, and it was a huge hit.
Yeah.
And the studios are like, well, this is what the people want. And they've never looked back, and I hate it. That's why whenever I see a trailer for a movie coming up in the theaters, as most people know, I'm kind of insufferable, but I will close my eyes, I will plug my ears, I count to 120, and it's usually over because I don't want to get spoiled. I don't want to know what's going to happen on a new Superman movie. I don't want to know.
If any studio people are listening, we don't want that.
I don't think people want it as much as, people want to know what they're paying for. Yeah, so tease them. That's what
we
it's
want
supposed
to be entertained. We don't want to just know what's happening.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
whatever.
surprise us, yeah.
So what'd you get? How many stars?
There's a lot of good Hitchcock stuff in this. Pfeiffer is like a Grace Kelly-like lead. There's the Rear Window first act of the movie, not to mention Hitchcock's tendency for voyeurism. Norman, as you mentioned, Norman Bates, and then, of course, Diana Scarwood from Psycho 3 has a lead role in this. I feel like it's one of the best movies that wants to do Hitchcock. In a very playful, fun way. It's overwritten and a little overdone, especially in the third act, but I think it's one of Zemeckis' strongest and best films, so 3.5 stars for me.
Okay.
And I like it better than Castaway, by the way. I've never been a big fan of Castaway.
I don't think I'm ever going to watch Castaway again.
I feel like that's a one and done, too.
It
is.
Yeah.
Hanks is terrific. The middle portion of that movie is fantastic, but all the FedEx beginning and the whole moping over Helen Hunt thing, stupid, don't need it. The movie is alive, and it's great, riveting when it's on the island, but everything in the bumper of that movie stinks.
Yeah. I don't need to see it again.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. 3.5 stars sounds right to me too. Because I don't know if it's a 4-star movie. I don't think I could give it that, but I think it's better than 3.
It's a little wobbly, but
Yeah.
but no, when this movie's work, it's works so much more than it should because it's really a movie about two people.
Yeah.
And I think and that's when the movie really shines.
Okay, since this is coming out before Halloween, do you have any Halloween movie recommendations? You want to, maybe for people who like really scary, and then something like this a little more mild.
Okay.
What are your recommendations?
So the two scariest movies, someone asked me this, the two scariest movies I've ever seen in a theater where I was afraid and I wanted to flee the theater. One is a South Korean film called The Tale of Two Sisters. No film has ever scared me more.
Be warned.
Yes, it's a beautiful film. It is. It's a beautiful film. It's smart. It's stylish. Like it's not a trashy horror film. It's just really freaking scary. And there's also a film that we've alluded to on this show, which apparently we'll never talk about, called Jacob's Ladder. Mm-hmm. That's also a film that leaving the theater I was like crawling when it was over. It's terrifying, but it's excellent. But in terms of so movies that are a little more accessible that you can watch on Halloween, there's a horror comedy I love called John Dies at the End. It's by Don Coscarelli, the creator of Phantasm. John Dies at the End is a horror comedy. It's very inventive. It's a little crazy. It's a lot of fun. There's a film, let's see. Oh man, I wish I was ready when you asked me this.
I'm sorry.
Well, okay, what's one that you would say?
Okay, I think if you want to, watch something with your kids that's not too scary, we just watched Frankenweenie.
Oh yeah.
With B, and it's kind of a take on Frankenstein, but with a little boy and his dog.
Yeah, it's a great film.
And it's not, I don't think it's scary. Is it? Do you think it's scary?
For small children.
Small children, but our daughter's almost 10, so you can figure that out.
And it's Burton, because it's making jokes about like severed heads and things like that. But it's all very gentle and funny and cute. It's not. Even Beetlejuice is harder edge than Frank and Winnie.
Yeah. So I would say that would be an okay one if you have like, I don't know, not little kids, obviously.
Yeah.
Don't scare them, but.
Do you like The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah, I do like The Nightmare Before Christmas. And I don't know that it's kind of along the same vein, you know?
Yeah, same dude.
I don't think it's any scarier or, you know, because I thought, the Oogie, is it the Oogie
Mr.
Boogie?
Oogie Boogeyman.
Yeah, like B thinks it's hilarious. She thinks it's so funny. So I think it obviously depends on your kid. But
because I gotta say, this is the wimpiest Halloween episode we've ever done. Because this year, I think it's like the 40 or 45th anniversary of The Shining and Friday the 13th this year. Mm-hmm. And we did a horror film that you could watch with mom.
Right. We did the Lifetime version of horror movies.
Indeed, we did.
Which I'm okay with.
That's fine. It's a great movie. And, it's been...
We have other scary episodes from the past.
This is true.
That you can go back and listen to if you have not listened to our entire collection of podcasts.
Yeah. And by the way, if you want to see a great Hitchcock film, we've already talked about Psycho. Check out The Birds. It's better than you remember. The Birds just gets better every time I see it. It's perfect.
Yeah. What was the other, like, funny one with the guys? It's like a horror comedy where they're out in the woods and
Tucker and Dale versus Evil?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's also, if you want to watch a horror comedy, like that one always cracks me up. I mean, it's gory, but I don't know that it's super, super scary.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Tucker and Dale versus Evil is good. Cabin in the Woods is really good. Yeah, there's a lot of good horror comedies.
Yeah.
An American Werewolf in London is a tough one because it's a full-on horror movie that just happens to be funny.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, please let us know what you think in the comments and like, share, subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And yeah, we love hearing from you. So let us know any thoughts or feelings we appreciate.
Any thoughts or feelings?
Well, as long as they're positive.
As long as they're pertaining to the podcast
Yes.
and movies.
Yes.
I have so many feelings. How do you feel about the show?
All right. Well, yeah. Go talk to a therapist about that.
All right. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Yes. All right. Well, I think we did it. That concludes our discussion of What Lies Beneath.